4 ways to stop your long-term disability claim from being denied. I'm going to cover 4 key ways that hopefully your claim can be approved. If you're watching this video, you're probably disabled or are helping somebody who is disabled. They can't work. They need help. They need financial security from their long-term disability benefits provider. But if you're watching this, you probably also know that getting approved for LTD when you need it is no guarantee. It's a financial safety net. It's something you expect to have, but not use. It's something that you expect to be financial security, money in your bank account for all those days, weeks, and months when you can't work. People pay into the premiums and expect to be able to access these funds if they're unfortunately in the situation where they can't work because of a disabling condition. Ultimately, many of my long-term disability clients find themselves denied and needing legal help because their claim wasn't approved. And they're wondering why that was. It's clear to them that they're disabled and it's obvious that they can't do the job, but the insurance company sees it another way. So I'll unpack 4 reasons and 4 things that you can do to help get yourself on the right track as quickly as possible, because ultimately it's important that you have that money for yourself and for your family. The first one is all about creating detailed records, and that comes often from your work before you're denied. People with disabling conditions typically suffer and progressively suffer more with their ability to do their job. So think of it. Say you're struggling with cognitive function because of depression, or perhaps you had an accident and you're suffering from headaches or concussion syndromes. If this is you, your job performance should go down. Perhaps your efficiency goes down, or you have more absences. As a disability lawyer, I'll see this in your record. We will order your employment file, see your attendance at work, and I'd expect that you'll have progressive sick days or perhaps job write-ups of poor performance. So indications of disability, indications of lack of fit with the job duties will help your claim get approved. Because it's not just you saying that you can't do the work. Your workplace has also identified an issue. So if you can help by creating these records or talk to your supervisor or employer about your challenges at work, you should do this, because ultimately it adds more information to your file, which will help the insurance company and your disability lawyer appreciate what's going on. The second one is medical documentation. Every single disability case requires medical documentation. Part of the application for long-term disability is a medical report from a physician. So your physician has to buy into your disability. They have to understand it. And often I'll say to my clients, you can't expect that your doctor just knows your job duties, and understands why you're disabled. They went to medical school, they're smart, they're capable, but they didn't do your job. They never worked for your employer. So you have to take the time to sit down with your physician and say, here's what I do all day. Here are my job duties. Here's why I could do it before, and here's why I can't do it now. And the more that you put into that explanation, the more your doctor understands what your job is and why you can't do it, the better advocate they will be when they're completing the medical report. The more that they will write and the more persuasive they'll be when writing to the insurance company and saying, yes, my patient's disabled. They can't work tomorrow, they can't work next week, and they need help from long-term disability benefits. So think about what you can do to maximize your relationship with your physician and have your physician provide even more support and credibility to your disabling conditions. The third is persistence. You have to expect that you will be denied. If you have that attitude, you can fight back and do even better when the reconsideration request goes in. Expect delay and expect frustration, but you have to persevere because it matters too much. You have to be committed to your disabling condition and explaining why the impact isn't just in the workplace, but is pervasive in your entire life. Disabling conditions don't stop at the door of the office. If people have struggles with their mental health, they struggle with their mental health at home too. They aren't doing activities that they used to do because of their mental state. If people have physical injuries, say chronic low back pain or fibromyalgia, it doesn't just impact their work at work, it impacts them at home. They're not spending the same time with their families. They're not doing their same activities. They're generally not well. So if we see that commonality, it shows continuance, it shows consistency of disability. You need to inject that information into the record. You need to talk to your case manager and say, this is how bad I am outside of work and in my life. It's not just a workplace specific issue, which is often why claims are denied. This is a life-changing, disabling condition that affects me throughout my day. And let me tell you about it. You need to inject that information and your story, the color of your life, into your communications with the insurance company. As a disability lawyer, I need to know my client's story. I need to get into their shoes and understand why they can't do their job and how much they're hurting outside of work and how bad life is, to be the best advocate for them. So if you're self-represented, if you don't have somebody helping you with your disability claim, you need to do that for yourself, and you need to start doing that today. The fourth point, and I need you to focus on this and truly appreciate this when it comes to a disability claim, it's all about tying your disabling condition to work. Just like your doctor, the disability insurance company doesn't understand your actual job. They'll often say, Jeff, I understand your client may be struggling with some physical aspects or some cognitive demands, or perhaps they have some anxiety or mild depression issues, but it's not impacting them totally. They can still do their job. Maybe they're not as great, maybe they're not as sharp, maybe they're a little slower, but they're not totally disabled. So the better, the stronger you can make that connection between the core duties of the work you do every day, the key responsibilities, the essential job demands, the clearer you can make the connection between those things and your disabling condition, the better. If that strong connection exists and the insurance company understands that link, the better it is your claim is approved. I help resuscitate these claims for my clients, and I am building strong links between these two things. And perhaps if you do this on your own, be it in your application or reconsideration after a denial, you might get your claim approved. I hope this video has been helpful and shaves off time that you have to struggle with the insurance company to have your application approved or have a better decision, the right decision, made after reconsideration. If I can help you in any way about a long-term disability claim, you should get in touch. My name's Jeff Mitchell. I'm a disability lawyer, and I help disabled workers and their families when they need it most. I understand how important it is to shave off time and get the access to benefits and financial relief. So, if you have questions about what to do next and how you can get your claim on track, just reach out today and we will get you answers as quickly as possible. All the best.